What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a Geargia deck profile. So I'm really excited to do this one for you guys because this deck is an amazing XZ deck that I've included all sorts of spicy tech cards in this build for you guys. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check the Patreon in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go and get straight on into this. So first off, we're playing 3 copies of Geargia Arsenal. Arsenal is definitely a 3F in the build because this card helps you get to any of your Geargia monsters that you need. This card gains 200 attack for each Geargia monster that you control, and you can tribute this card to be able to special summon a Geargia monster from your deck in defense position, except another copy of this card. We then play 3 copies of Geargia Accelerator. Accelerator is an amazing extender in the build that if you control a Geargia monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. And when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can actually target a Geargia monster in your graveyard, accept a copy of this card, and add it to your hand. We then play 2 copies of Armor. Armor is great in the build, but I feel like 2 copies is really all you need in this deck. This card needs to be once per turn. You can change this card to face down defense position, and when this card is flipped face up, you can add a Geargia monster from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card. We then play a single copy of Augur. Augur is great in the deck, but in this particular build, I feel like 1 copy is all you need because it locks you out of so many different cards. So I feel like 1 copy is all you need. This card needs to be like, when this card is normal summon, you can add 1 level 4 Earth Machine monster from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card. Also, you cannot declare an attack nor special summon monsters except for machine monsters for the rest of this turn, which is a very unfortunate drawback to this card. But I feel like 1 copy is really all you need in this deck, especially with all the tech cards I'm playing in this build. We're then playing 2 copies of Geargia Mark II. Geargia Mark II is really good to be able to play with your copy of Geargia Gear, to be able to instantly bring this card out to your side of the field to help you go in for some XZ plays. But this card is a very interesting card in the build, but I feel like 2 copies is really all you need for the Geargia cards in this deck, so you have ways to be able to get them out of our hand and back into the deck. We then play 2 copies of Gold Gadget. Gold Gadget is great as a 2-of in the build because this card is just an awesome extender. Then when this card is normally special summon, you can special summon a 1 level 4 machine monster from your hand to your side of the field, which is great to help us get 2 monsters out on our side of the field to help us start going in for some insane XZ plays. We then play 2 copies of Silver Gadget. Silver Gadget does the exact same thing as your copy of Gold Gadget, which is amazing just to help you get additional monsters out on your side of the field, so you can basically keep going in for your XZs. We then play a single copy of Spriggan's Rocky. Rocky is really good as a 1-of in the deck because the Spriggan's engine is actually insane in this build to be able to play your copy of Tally-Ho Spriggans, but this card is great to be able to play as a target for your copy of Tally-Ho Spriggans. We then play a single copy of Spriggan's Brothers. This card is really good as a 1-of in the build to be able to use again with your copy of Tally-Ho Spriggans alongside our copy of Pador. But these cards are great because they are level 4 machine monsters that you can easily use in this deck to be able to step into some really cool cards, but you're basically using in the build to be able to use your copy of Tally-Ho Spriggans to be able to make your copy of Merrymaker with any 2 level 4 machine monsters, then be able to step into your copy of Gigantic Champion Sargus, and your copy of Merrymaker will actually send one of these to the graveyard. Then you make your copy of Gigantic Champion Sargus from the extract, search out your copy of Tally-Ho Spriggans, use its effect, detach a bunch of materials, and then summon out all of your different Spriggans while also searching one from your deck to your hand to basically just swarm the board with level 4 machine monsters to help you go in for XZ plays. And it's actually why I'm only playing a single copy of Augur in the deck, is because we are playing other engines in this build. We then play a single copy of Terverion King Regulus. Regulus is great as a 1-of in the build to basically just use this card as an awesome walking negate that is searchable in the build. It's just very easy to summon out to your side of the field. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom's amazing in the deck as a 3-of to basically just stop your opponent from touching the deck. We also play 3 copies of Nibiru. Nibiru is awesome in this build just to help you break your opponent's board, and it's an awesome card in this build. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Called by the Grave. Calm of the Grave is an amazing one-of in the build to basically just stop your opponent from hand-trapping you while you're going in for all of your plays. We made a single copy of Cross-Out Designator. Cross-Out Designator is really good as a one-of in the build just to again stop your opponent's hand traps. We made a single copy of Double or Nothing. Now, Double or Nothing is actually a really spicy tech card in this build, so we have another boss monster we can actually go into besides our copy of Utopia to help us go in for game in this deck. And this card is extremely important in the build to be able to use because you want to use it with your copy of Utopia Double to detach your material from your copy of Utopia Double and search this card from your deck to your hand and then step into a Utopia monster on top of your copy of your Utopia Double, which is insane to be able to do, and it's so easy to pull off in this deck. Tell me you actually summon out multiple XZ monsters by using your copy of Utopia Double, but you can use this card to help you OTK your opponent by just making Utopia Double, detaching a material, summoning out number 39 Utopia, comes out at 5,000, you attack with your copy of Utopia, detach your material to negate the attack, drop Double or Nothing, and then swing back in for another attack, and it will go in for 10,000 attack points, which is insane to help you OTK. We then made a single copy of Tally-Ho Spriggans. Tally-Ho Spriggans is really good as a one-of in the build to be able to play with our Spriggans engine in this deck. And this card has the ability, when you activate this card, you can also detach up to 3 materials from monsters that you control, which you always detach 3, and then add a Spriggans monster from your deck to your hand. Then, if you detach any number of cards to activate this card, you can special summon that many Spriggans monsters from your hand or graveyard, which is a great effect. He'll just help you swarm the board with your Spriggans monsters to help you go in for cards like Geargia X, so you can start going in for all sorts of crazy plays, and it's so easy to pull off in this deck. This card is amazing as it is searchable off of Gigantic Champion Sargus, so it's very easy to pull off the Spriggans combo in this deck. We then played 2 copies of 7th Ascension. 7th Ascension is great as a 2-of in the build because we are playing an XZ deck, and there's actually a really spicy card in the X deck that we can actually use with 7th Tachyon. So all of our Geargia cards are actually Earth Machine monsters, meaning we can actually use 7th Tachyon with number 106 Giant Hand because it is a rank 4 and it is an Earth monster, so we can use their copy of 7th Tachyon to be able to search out from our deck to our hand our copy of our Geargia monsters that are level 4, like our copy of Armor, our copy of Accelerator, and our copy of Arsenal, which is insane to grab the exact card you need. You can even grab Augur if you want to off this card, which is insane to be able to do because it has to be a really cool card, and it's just really insane to be able to use this card to be able to grab the exact card you need from your deck to your hand off this card's effect by just revealing 106. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get in to the traps. So for the traps, we're going to start with 3 copies of Geargia Gear. Geargia Gear is really good as a 3-of in the build because this card is build you can actually special summon 2 Geargino monsters from your deck and increase your level by 1, getting you 2 level 4 monsters on your side of the field to help you go in for your XZ plays. But this card is awesome because you can actually use, if you do draw into a Geargino monster, because we're only playing 2 in the deck, you can actually use 7th Tachyon to be able to put it back. Because 7th Tachyon actually lets you put a monster back or put a card back from your hand back into your deck when you activate this card as part of the requirement, which is great to be able to do so you can actually resolve your copy of Geargia Gear without playing so many Geargino monsters in this deck, which is so cool. We then played 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is really good as a 3-of in the build just to stop your opponent's monster effects and also lock down entire columns of spells and traps. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start off with Geargia X. Geargia X is an amazing card in the deck, but I feel like 2 copies is really all you need. And all I had room for in this X deck that has so many awesome boss monsters. But this card has the ability, once per turn, you can detach an XZ material from this card to add a level 4 or lower machine type monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And when this card leaves the field, you can actually target a level 3 or lower Geargia monster in your graveyard and special summon that target, which is great to be able to work with our copy of your Geargino monsters. We made a single copy of number 60. Number Number 60 is awesome in the deck as a 1/0 because you need to use this card to draw 2 cards and discard a card. During the main phase, special summon out a copy of a monster from the graveyard in defense position, or you get to double the attack of a monster that you control until the end of the turn, which is a great effect to help us go in for game. And lay a single copy of Bagooska. Bagooska's great just in case we need to slow down the game. Lay a single copy of Merrymaker. Merrymaker is great because when this card is actually XZ summon, you get to send a Spriggans monster from your deck to the graveyard, helping you with your Spriggans combo with your copy of Tally Ho. And lay a single copy of Gigantic Champion Sargus. Sargus is awesome in this deck. This card is so cool because you can make this card on top of your copy of Merrymaker, basically for free. And then once you do, you actually get to search from your deck to your hand a copy of Tally Ho, because this card has an insane ability that when it's summoned out to your side of the field, you get to actually add a Spriggans or Terverion card from your deck to your hand, so you can easily search out your copy of Regulus or Tally Ho from your deck to your hand off this card's effect, which is so cool. We then made a single copy of Utopia Double. Utopia Double is great because we actually have 2 really cool targets in the extra deck that you can use with this card. But this card is the ability, quick effect, you can detach a material in this card to add a double or nothing from your deck to your hand, then special summon from your extra deck 1 Utopia XZ monster, except a copy of number 39 Utopia Double, by using this face-up card you control as a material, and if you do, its attack becomes double, which is great about this card, because you can either make your copy of Utopia so we can go in for game and use it as an awesome OTK piece, or we can actually use it like the Utopia deck does, and we can actually summon out number 99, Utopia Dragnar. Dragnar is really good to be able to make in this deck because this card will actually count at 6,000 attack points with your copy of number 39, Utopia Double. And it has the ability, quick effect, detach 2 materials in this card, which will have exactly 2 materials under this card. It will have one of the materials from Utopia Double, and it will have Utopia Double itself under this card. So you can actually detach 2 materials in this card and then special summon a number monster between 1 and 100 to your side of the field, which is going to be your copy of number 38, which gives us a spell negate on our side of the field, which is crazy powerful to be able to do. And it's so cool about this deck. There's so many cool tech cards you can play in this build. We then play a single copy of number 106 Giant Ham. This is just for a copy of our 7th Techium to be able to reveal, because this card is a rank 4 Earth monster, so we can use it with our copy of 7 Techion to be able to grab from our deck to our hand any of our Geargia monsters that are actually a level 4, meaning we can grab everything but our copy of Geargino, which is really interesting. We made a single copy of Utopic Future. This card is really good to be able to play. So we're basically going to use this card to step into our copy of Utopic Draco Future, which is awesome to be able to summon out to our side of the field. And it's very easy, and this card is the card you're actually trying to summon out as quickly as possible in this deck, because this card is just absolutely broken. It cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects, and also it's a walking negate, which is actually insane to be able to summon out to your side of the field. It's so difficult for your opponent to make or deal with in this deck, and it's very easy to summon, especially with the Spriggans engine in this deck. My single copy of Double A Zeus. Zeus is great to help you board wipe, plus we're playing so many XZs in this deck. And then finally playing a single copy of Typhon. Typhon's great to be able to balance cards off the field and be a skill drain for 3,000 or higher attack point monsters. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This deck is so fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played a Geargia deck profile, you should definitely give this deck a try. It's so fun to include all these spicy tech cards in the build. It's just a really fun deck to be able to build and just be able to help you go in for game using all sorts of really cool cards. Hopefully we get support for this deck soon, because it's a really fun deck, and I love the Geargino monsters. They're just so cool. So that's gonna do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can come part of the notification squad. We'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.